Because you know the big game is this weekend, right?
Yeah.
I'm expecting some scoring. I'm excited about scoring. Heck yeah, you should be.
Not a defensive game.
I don't expect defense, man. We got LA, we got Cincinnati. We know they put up points, so it should be some big time scoring. And I know that they're gonna be scoring on the field, but guys like us, we like to score off the field, baby. And the best way to do that is to make sure that you are always prepared, Deke. And you know the best way to be always prepared, right? Best way to do that is with Manscaped, because they are the leaders in below the waistline grooming. Now, Deke, I'm gonna coach you up here, okay? Because I've been married for 10 years, going on 11. I've scored a lot, you know? Yeah. But it's a method to the madness. It is, okay? And I'm going to draw up the perfect play for you. Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
Okay, now usually my favorite play is the annexation of Puerto Rico, but for you, I'll make an exception. We're going to call this the Ultra Premium Collection, all right?
Whoa.
That's how we call it. You got me?
Yeah.
Ultra Premium Collection on 3, okay? So the way we start this out is this. You got to turn the shower on, all right? Bam. Shower rolling. Okay, cool. You gets in the shower. You got to start with the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. Hold on. Boom. You see it right here, right? You see it? 2-in-1 shampoo. You got to use that, baby. You got to use, okay? Good. It's perfect, okay? 2-in-1 shampoo. All right. That's the first thing you're doing. So now as you're lathering it up, all right, you're good. Next thing you need to do is hit the body wash, okay? You got to get the body wash. Now, listen, when you're doing the body wash, some people out here, they don't like to wash below their knees. They say the water can just run down and it'll get it up out of there. That is not how this play works, okay? The Ultra Premium Collection play, you got to wash your knees, you got to wash your ankles, and you got to get in between your toes, okay? That's what this is for, okay?
Right here. Listen, I already have that at my house. I wanted to mention this. Go. Give Manscaped some props here. Mm-hmm. I wear that. I hit the scene on one of these weekend nights. The shorties are complimenting me left and right.
Let's go.
So that has to be part of the playbook.
Let's go. Now, next thing you got to do, you rinse it all off, right? Now you got out, dry yourself off, okay? But now you got to hit the deodorant. Oh my goodness, yes. Oh yeah. Couple stripes of that. How you smelling fresh?
I don't have that part of my playbook just yet.
Come on now.
It should be a good addition. It's like running the jet sweep in Canada's offense.
Listen, if you don't have the jet sweep, man, what are we doing, right? But more importantly, this is the last essential thing that you have to have. It's the Manscaped lip balm, baby. This just dropped. Come on now. You can't score with chapped lips. Winter. Listen, I've tried to score with my wife with chapped lips. She's like, baby. I love you, but not that much. Lip balm right here changed the game. That's all I'm saying. We put up 50 the other day. Okay. So once you do all that, okay, and you're feeling good, and you're deciding whether you want to clothe or not clothe, you know, it's optional. The last thing that I always, recommend if you trying to add that finishing touch, the cherry on top, might I say?
Oh yeah.
Manscaped body spray. Oh my goodness. You just hit that one time like that.
This is better than that Axe spray that you used back in like 6th grade, right?
They're washed. We don't even talk about that. Stuff. But this right there, buddy, that is what you want. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the play. You don't want to miss out on the play, but more importantly, Deke, we got promo code, baby. So, with that being said, use the promo code MOATS so you can get your 20% off and free shipping worldwide at manscaped.com. Don't miss out, baby. Score as much as you need to score this week as you're watching the big game, after the big game, and all that other good stuff. And as always, baby,
Zion Johnson?
Yeah. Now, Zion, man, he's an interesting guy to me, man. Left tackle, Boston College. He's another one. He's a little bit shorter at the tackle spot, but he still meets the prerequisite. He's 6'3", 316, though, so pretty good size. But also position flexibility. During the Senior Bowl for him, he took reps at center. Now, I definitely think he is more of a natural guy on the perimeter, but he did take snaps in there on the interior part of it. It was kind of mixed bag to me. But a lot of times when I'm watching guys that don't play center, try to play center, you're going to get the mixed bag of, are they going to be too worried about protection so the snap is all over the place? Or are they so worried about the snap that the protection is all over the place? Right. And with him, it was pretty much I'm worried about the snap, so my protection, one rep might look really good, one rep might look really bad, so I really couldn't evaluate him as a center from the clips that I was seeing of him at the Senior Bowl.
Just because he's undersized?
Yeah, and no, it's not a lot of like natural centers that are like to that level, I guess. You know what I mean? In terms of that are coming out. So that's part of the reason, because Zion, it was a couple other guys they did that with at the Senior Bowl, where they would put them, whether they were natural tackles or guards, they would put them on the interior at center and have them just snapping to see if they could do it. But like I said, so for me, man, I don't personally like them in there just because I couldn't really evaluate it like that.
Right.
But if a team is looking and they think that they could develop it, I get it, because he does have that same size. We talk about Creed, 6'3", 290. This dude's 6'3", 316. So he's definitely a bigger body player, right? But some of the things that I love about him, his punch. It's one of the strongest punches I've seen in this draft class. Like, when he puts those hands on people, you see them react, you see them stop. He wins a lot early as well in terms of his jump set. He's a guy that he wants to get these hands on you in a hurry. And I said left guard. I don't know why I said tackle. Left guard, excuse me on that one. But he gets his hands on players early and he controls them. He anchors down, he drops his base, and from there, man, them inside hands, boom, he'll sit there. Everybody else is rushing. He's right here with this dude. Like, where we at? We dancing today. We chilling. Like, that's what he brings to the table. I also think that he is a very physical guy with good short area movement. I don't like him as a puller. I don't really like him a ton in space. But in terms of the short area as a guard, I think that he moves really well. I think that he can handle a lot of, different style rushes and stuff like that. I also think that he has nice hot feet and active hands. In terms of, you watch him at times, man, he'll punch and miss. He does a good job replacing, though. You'll see him maybe late in terms of getting his hands to the steering wheel, in terms of the inside hands on the breastplate, right? He does a good job of taking them off, putting them back on. He's active with his hands in that sense. But I do think at times he plays a little top heavy. So when I said, was it Jamari was a little bit of a waist bender?
Yeah.
This guy, he isn't full waist bender, but I feel like he likes to like get a full body lean. And I don't know if it's because he's not as strong or what, but he leans a lot. And when he's off, it's like timber. Yeah. So like you'll see him struggle with movement, like redirection, guys that are working across his face. So if a guy is on, if the center is right here and he's the guard right here, if a guy's over here and he's crossing his face, because he's so heavy-headed, leaning hard, if he misses, it's like a bad whiff. That's some of the stuff. Sense. Yeah.
That's what some of the videos that I was watching. Mm-hmm. That's why it always didn't look the prettiest whenever they're running the ball and he's trying to
right. Because he'll get like that. And I also feel like, and that happens a lot in the run game. I feel like in pass game, though, in the pass protection, he gets straight-legged as well. I don't like that because your initial punch is great, and if he hits it and he wins and it's clean. But when he's straight-legged and he doesn't win in a hurry, as an edge rusher or even just a interior rusher, once I go to my counter, once I go to my next move, that straight leg, you're not going to be able to react. You're not going to be able to get back in position or stay in position. And those are some of the things that I think hurts him in pass pro. And that's why, like, when I watch him, I'm like, I think that he could be a good player, but he's definitely going to need a little bit more refining with some of that stuff right there with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. Looks like his ceiling's a little bit capped.
Yeah.
Better as a pass protector.
Mm-hmm.
And then running, you're right. He doesn't really have that same athleticism as some of the other dudes that we were talking about. What I like about all these linemen that we're looking at, maybe outside of Linderbaum, because he felt kind of more like a technician. All these dudes have like a mean streak, man.
They do. Heck yeah, they do.
That's the one thing. Like,
even
if we could say with them, oh man, not athletic. I like how he'll finish on some of these guys.
And that's what we were looking for too when you think of how drastically different that was for us this season. We didn't have that menace. We didn't have those people that made you feel like, man, I better not come near that quarterback, otherwise they're gonna beat me. Like, we never had that. These guys, they bring that. That jumps off on their tape. I mean, even at the Senior Bowl, you see these dudes like they looking for it, you know?
And that's the weird thing. Even as I'm saying he's not as much of an athlete as the other guy, I still think he like moves well though, which is weird.
No, well, and that's why I said
get out there a little bit, but you're right, long term.
Yeah, I like in the short area. Runs, in a short area, I think, man, he can move with whoever you need him to move with. I just don't like him when you're like, when I think of Jamari, when I think of Kenyon, when I think of Tyler in terms of when you see them climbing to the second level, when you see them pulling, and it's like, man, that dude is running. That dude is as a defender, you're like, yo, that's a nightmare because I can't juke him and I can't go through him. Whereas with a guy like Zion, if I'm out there on the perimeter and Zion's pulling, I'm about to stick you here and I'm going over here because I know you can't do that and you top heavy, you know what I mean? So like that's kind of how I looked at him. But the other thing that I said, man, with him is this. Because he's not crazy strong, like he has a strong punch in terms of stopping power, but not in the sense of like ragdoll you. He does win a ton, but he doesn't necessarily generate a ton of movement in terms of like when he's blocking guys, if that makes sense. It's like
it does.
You'll see the ball at like the 3-yard line and he will win his block. His guy's not making the play, but he's only blocked from like a half a yard or maybe 1 yard. It's not like
doesn't look pretty.
Yeah, it doesn't. And that's why for me, I'm like, when I saw his grade anywhere between the second and fourth round, I'm like, that makes sense because if you're not getting the, blindside type film where, oh, he's driving the guy into the water cooler, it just doesn't feel the same when you're talking about lineman prospect. But I do think he's a really good player. And I think that he would definitely help us when you're talking about potentially a Trey Turner leaving, right? You're talking about potentially when to add some more higher end talent, some better players in there, and not just saying, hey, can not Haig, but oh my God, LeGlue, could LeGlue get it done, and can Dodson, just those two guys solely? You're like, man, this is a guy that is a natural guard. This is a guy that has the size. This is a guy that could bring another element to that
That's
part.
The other question for maybe a dude like that. If we're looking between second, fourth round, maybe even the third round. Would he be an upgrade over a dude like LeGlue?
Exactly.
Like immediately.
Like,
you think he'd be the starter?
I think that he could. I think he would come in and compete with that. Okay. I personally do. I don't know if because of, like I said, some of the heavy leaning and straight leg stuff, I would want to get that out of him because that will get you beat in a bad way at the NFL level because everybody's just so athletic now that you cannot be that type of player. So that's the only concern I would have with him. But if I'm taking him in the third round, I still feel like it's great value for that.